What if the single biggest thing stopping you from getting everything you've ever wanted is you? Not your circumstances, not your past, the very identity you cling to with all your might, that feeling of being stuck, of living the same day, on repeat, the quiet desperation of a life that doesn't feel like your own. That isn't a life sentence, it's a signal, an invitation to initiate a process so profound it feels like dying and being born, all at the same time. We are not here to talk about small tweaks or positive thinking. We are here to talk about a full-scale quantum manifestation, a controlled demolition of your old self. In the next 40 minutes, you will learn the exact spiritual physics of a rebirth. You will discover how the alchemy of deep shadow work and the raw honesty of mirror work can trigger a quantum shift that erases the blueprint of your past. This isn't about attracting things. It's about revealing the you who already has them. If you are truly ready to stop editing a life you no longer want and start writing a completely new one, then you are in the right place. Consider this the funeral for your limitations. The ashes are the price of admission for your new life. Are you ready to pay it? The Phoenix's journey. How you can experience rebirth and personal transformation. Have you ever felt it? That quiet, persistent ache deep within your soul, a feeling that you're standing on the edge of a life you haven't yet lived. It's not a loud roar but a subtle hum, a knowing that the person you are right now is merely a cocoon for the person you are destined to become. This is the call of the phoenix, an ancient echo whispering that your endings are not just conclusions but explosive new beginnings. Imagine just for a moment, allowing yourself to be consumed by a sacred fire, not of destruction, but of profound purification. This journey isn't for the faint of heart. Oh no. It demands courage. It asks you to walk willingly into the flames of your own limitations, to let the life you've known, the identity you've clung to so tightly, turn to ash. It's a powerful, almost paradoxical invitation. To find your ultimate power, you must first surrender completely, trusting that from these very ashes, a more authentic, powerful version of you is waiting to rise. This is the promise of personal transformation, a sacred cycle of rebirth available to us all. This isn't just a beautiful metaphor, it's a map for your own becoming. The process of being consumed by the flames is, in essence, the courageous act of shadow work. It's about turning to face the parts of yourself you've disowned, ignored, or hidden away in the dark. It's the grief you never allowed yourself to feel, the anger you were told was unladylike or unacceptable, the insecurities that whisper you're not good enough. These aren't monsters to be slain. They are lost parts of your own energy, frozen in time, waiting to be integrated. The fire is the warmth of your own compassionate awareness, melting away the fear and shame. So many of us try to build a new life on top of the old cracked foundation, wondering why nothing ever truly changes. But the phoenix knows the secret. You cannot fly with the weight of a past you refuse to burn. The true quantum manifestation of your desires begins not with a vision board, but with the bravery to face your own inner darkness, and lovingly, intentionally, let it all go up in smoke. And what happens after the fire? There's a sacred pause, a stillness. You are left in the silent, fertile ground of your own ashes. This is where the real magic begins, and it's a space that terrifies most people. In this seeming emptiness, you are pure potential. And here, in this raw, unfiltered state, you are called to begin the practice of mirror work. This is the art of looking at your own reflection, the reflection in the mirror, yes, but also the reflection of you that you see in others, in your circumstances, in the world itself, and choosing to see the new you. It's about looking past the ashes of who you were and speaking to the soul of who you are becoming. It's whispering words of love and encouragement to the fragile, emerging self. This deliberate act of seeing your new reality, even when the old one is all that's visible, is a fundamental step in recoding your energetic signature. It's a deep, intimate conversation with the universe, declaring that you are ready for a different experience. This entire cyclical journey, the burning, the ash, the rising, is what a quantum shift feels like from the inside. It's not a gradual step-by-step improvement. It's a radical, paradigm-altering leap from one state of being to another. You literally collapse into a new timeline. You don't just change your habits, you transmute your identity at a cellular level. Think about it. Your reality is a direct reflection of your energetic frequency, your state of being. You cannot experience a reality of joy, freedom, and abundance if your internal state is broadcasting a frequency of fear, limitation, and lack. The phoenix's fire is the ultimate frequency shifter. It incinerates the dense, heavy energies of the past, creating the necessary void for a higher, lighter frequency to anchor within you. This is the core principle of quantum manifestation. Your outer world doesn't change until your inner world is fundamentally reborn. It's an inside-out job, always. This transformative process asks you to embrace a profound paradox. That, in the heart of your deepest surrender, you find your most sovereign power. It's the moment you stop fighting, stop resisting what is, and allow the fire of truth to have its way with you. It's an act of profound trust in yourself and in the intelligence of the cosmos. The deep, often painful excavation required by shadow work is the fuel. The unwavering self-love and acceptance cultivated through mirror work is the spark that ignites the new form. And the result is a life that doesn't just look different but feels different. It vibrates with a new sense of possibility and alignment. It's a life where synchronicities become the norm, where opportunities flow to you with ease, because you are no longer a match for your old struggles. You've changed the signal you're sending out, and so the universe can't help but send back a new reality. This is your birthright. So you see, this isn't just a myth, it's a living, breathing process encoded into your spiritual DNA. The Phoenix journey is the path of anyone who has ever undergone a profound spiritual awakening. It's a testament to the fact that you can, at any moment, decide to let your old world burn to make way for the new one. This experience of a sudden, deep, and often inexplicable change in your life's direction is the essence of a quantum shift. But what are these shifts, really, beyond the poetry and metaphor? How does changing your internal state, your thoughts, your emotions, your focus, actually cause a tangible, measurable change in your external world? It turns out, there's a powerful and elegant framework that connects the world of consciousness with the very fabric of reality itself. What are quantum shifts and how they change your reality? So we've spoken of this profound, mythic journey of rebirth, but let's pull back the veil of metaphor and look at the actual mechanics of transformation. What if I told you that your reality, the world you see, touch, and experience every single day, isn't as solid and fixed as you believe it to be? Imagine it less like a block of concrete and more like a shimmering holographic field of pure potential, constantly vibrating, waiting for instructions. A quantum shift is a moment when this field reorganizes itself around a new center of gravity. You. It's that sudden job offer that comes out of nowhere, the unexpected healing of a relationship you thought was lost forever, or that morning you wake up and the weight you've carried for years is simply gone. These aren't random strokes of luck. They are the natural consequence of a fundamental change in your consciousness. They are moments of quantum manifestation in their purest form, where the invisible world of energy crystallizes into a new physical experience, often so quickly it can feel like magic. But it's not magic, it's physics. At the heart of this mystery is a mind-bending principle from quantum physics known as the observer effect. Early physicists discovered something that shattered our entire understanding of reality. At the subatomic level, particles of matter don't exist in one definite place until they are observed. Before being measured or looked at, a particle exists in a state of pure potential, a cloud of infinite possibilities called a superposition. It could be anywhere and everywhere at once. But the moment an observer looks, the moment consciousness focuses upon it, that cloud of possibilities collapses into a single tangible event in a specific time and place. Now take a deep breath and let this sink in. You are the observer of your life. Your consciousness, your focused attention, is the powerful force that is constantly looking at the infinite field of potential realities and collapsing one of them into the life you are experiencing right now. You are not just a passenger in your reality. You are the one telling it where to exist. This changes everything, doesn't it? This means that the universe isn't doing things to you. It's responding to the signal you are broadcasting through your focus. The quantum field holds every possible version of your life simultaneously. The you that is a successful artist, the you that is radiantly healthy, the you that is living in another country, the you that is deeply in love. All these potentials exist right now as vibrational possibilities. The process of quantum manifestation is simply the art of consciously choosing which of these potentials you wish to observe into existence. The problem is, most of us are observing on autopilot. Our focus is hijacked by past pains, future anxieties, and limiting beliefs. We keep observing, I am not enough, it's too hard, I'm always unlucky, and the quantum field, in its infinite and impersonal wisdom, diligently collapses that reality for us over and over again. Your life becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, all because you haven't realized the power of where you place your gaze. This is why shadow work is not just psychological housekeeping. It is an essential practice for anyone serious about changing their reality. Your unhealed wounds, your repressed emotions, and your core limiting beliefs are powerful, unconscious observers within your own system. They are programs running in the background, constantly focusing on lack, fear, and separation, thereby perpetuating a reality that matches that vibration. You can try to use affirmations and visualize a new life all you want, but if an unhealed part of you is unconsciously observing a reality where you believe you are unworthy of love, that powerful, deeper observation will always win. Shadow work is the process of bringing these unconscious observers into the light of your awareness. It's about making the unconscious conscious, so you can stop the automatic broadcast of limitation and reclaim your power as the sole conscious observer of your life. It's about taking the director's chair back from your own ghosts. Once you've begun to clear the space with shadow work, you can then step into the role of the conscious creator with mirror work. This practice is the training ground for your new power of observation. When you look into the mirror and speak affirmations of your new reality, you are not just saying empty words. You are performing a quantum experiment. You are consciously directing your focus, your powerful observational energy, away from the evidence of your current reality and onto the potential of the reality you desire. You are telling the field of superposition, not that anymore, this, I'm observing this now. It's an act of profound energetic rebellion against what is, in favor of what can be. It is the sustained, disciplined focus that tells the universe, you are serious. You are no longer observing from a place of what you see with your physical eyes, but from a place of what you know to be true in your heart. This is the shift from a passive observer to an active creator. So a quantum shift is the moment the external world finally clicks into place to reflect the new internal observation you have been cultivating. It's a literal change in the arrangement of energy and matter. You become the observer of a new reality because you have fundamentally changed who is doing the observing. You've moved from a state of being defined by your past to a state of being defined by your chosen future. But this observation, this focus, is not just a cold, intellectual thought. It is a full-body energetic state. It's a feeling, a vibration, a frequency. The entire universe is a grand symphony of frequencies, and to truly change your reality, you must learn how to change your tune. So how, exactly, do you tune your own energy? How do you shift your very vibration to align with the world of infinite possibilities that is waiting for you? The role of frequency, how to tune your energy for the world of possibilities. The great inventor Nikola Tesla once said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This wasn't just a whimsical musing, it was a profound insight into the very nature of existence. Your frequency is the operational language of the universe. Imagine every possible reality as a different radio station, broadcasting on its own, unique frequency. There's a station for joy, a station for struggle, a station for abundance, a station for lack. All of these channels are broadcasting simultaneously, right here, right now within the quantum field. Your personal energetic state, your frequency, is the tuner on your radio. You can only perceive and experience the station that you are vibrationally tuned to. This is why you can be in a room full of opportunities, but if you're tuned to the frequency of I'm not good enough, You simply won't be able to perceive them. They will be invisible and inaccessible to you. The key to changing your world isn't to try and change the world, but to simply, elegantly change your own frequency. So what is this frequency in tangible terms? It's the overall energetic signature you emit. A composite vibration made up of your dominant thoughts, your core beliefs, and most importantly, your emotional state. Every emotion has a distinct vibrational quality. Emotions like shame, guilt, and fear vibrate at a very low, slow, and dense frequency. They feel heavy, contractive, and draining because that is their energetic nature. On the other hand, emotions like love, joy, gratitude, and peace vibrate at a very high, fast, and light frequency. They feel expansive, uplifting, and energizing. This isn't New Age rhetoric. It's a concept that touches on what mystics have known for millennia. Your feeling state is a magnet. Your body is a broadcasting tower, sending out a clear signal into the cosmos 24/7. The question is, what song are you playing? What signal are you sending out for the universe to match? This is the foundation of conscious creation. This brings us to the heart of quantum manifestation. It operates under a universal law that is as real and as impersonal as gravity, the law of resonance, like attracts like. A high frequency of energy can only resonate with and attract experiences of a similar high frequency. You cannot, from a state of desperate lack, manifest sustainable abundance. It is a vibrational impossibility. It's like trying to tune your radio to a classical music station by setting the dial to heavy metal. The frequencies simply don't match. This is where so many people get it wrong. They try to think their way to a new reality, but their emotional body is still vibrating at the frequency of their old story. To truly manifest what you desire, you must stop chasing it. Instead, you must become it. You must cultivate the feeling, the emotional frequency of your desire as if it were already your reality. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Here we see the profound energetic importance of shadow work. Your unprocessed traumas, your hidden insecurities, and your limiting beliefs are not just psychological constructs. They are literal pockets of dense, low-frequency energy stored within your energetic field. They are the sources of static that disrupt your signal, keeping your baseline frequency locked in a lower octave. You can try to feel gratitude, but if there's a deep, unacknowledged well of grief inside you, it will constantly pull your vibration back down. Shadow work is the alchemical process of transmuting these dense energies. By bringing your awareness and compassion to these wounded parts of yourself, you release the trapped emotional energy. With each shadow you integrate, you lighten your energetic load. Your entire system is recalibrated, and your natural baseline frequency begins to rise effortlessly. It's not about adding something new. It's about removing the interference that was blocking your true high-frequency nature all along. With a clearer field, you can then use powerful practices to consciously tune and stabilize your desired frequency. This is where practices like meditation, gratitude, and visualization become your greatest allies. Meditation quiets the low vibrational noise of the anxious mind, allowing your higher soul frequency to emerge. Gratitude is an instant frequency shifter. It is impossible to feel genuine gratitude and low-frequency emotions simultaneously. It immediately tunes you to the frequency of abundance. And this is where mirror work becomes so potent. By looking yourself in the eye and affirming your new reality, you are generating the feeling state of that reality within your body right now. You are practicing the frequency of your future self. This trains your brain and your body to accept this new vibration as your default state, making you a powerful, coherent magnet for the experiences, people, and opportunities that resonate with that elevated frequency. Cultivating a new frequency is a revolutionary act. It's the master key that unlocks the doors to different dimensions of possibility within the quantum field. You begin to notice that the world around you is changing, not because it changed, but because you are now tuned to perceive a different aspect of it. You are literally living in a new world because you are a new you. But what happens when this new high frequency starts to feel foreign? What do you do when your entire sense of self, your identity, is inextricably linked to the old, familiar static of your past struggles. To truly embody this new frequency, you cannot simply be a visitor to this new state of being. You must move in and make it your home. And to do that, you must be willing to perform the ultimate act of letting go. You must be willing to let the person you used to be die, releasing the old identity, dying to be born again. To truly anchor a new frequency, you must face the most terrifying and liberating truth of transformation. The you that is vibrating with limitation cannot make the journey. To be reborn, you must first be willing to die. This is not a physical death, of course, but a symbolic one, the complete and utter dissolution of the identity you thought was you. It's the caterpillar's final act, the moment it surrenders itself to the chrysalis, dissolving into a soupy potential before it can ever dream of wings. We often approach transformation as if we can just add new, positive habits on top of our old self, like putting new paint on a rotting foundation. But genuine change, a true quantum shift, requires a demolition. It demands that you stand at the edge of the familiar and willingly step into the abyss of the unknown, trusting that you will not be destroyed, but remade. This is the great surrender, the ultimate act of faith in your own becoming. So what is this old identity? It's a ghost. It's a beautiful, intricate and heavy costume you started wearing a long time ago to survive. It's a collection of stories you've told yourself, labels you've accepted, and defense mechanisms you built to protect a wounded heart. I'm the responsible one. I'm not creative. I'm a survivor of trauma. I'm unlucky in love. These are not who you are. They are the roles you learned to play. This identity served a purpose. It kept you safe. It helped you make sense of the world. But now the very armor that once protected you has become a prison. It is keeping your frequency locked at the level of the past, automatically filtering your perception and ensuring you repeat the same patterns, because that is the only reality the old identity knows how to create. Letting it go is not an act of betrayal to your past, but an act of profound liberation for your future. This process of letting the old self die is the deepest, most courageous form of shadow work imaginable. It is one thing to look at isolated shadows, your anger, your fear. It is another thing entirely to look at the entire architecture of your personality and recognize that much of it was built on a foundation of shadow. The ego, that sense of I, will fight this process with everything it has. It will scream, "If I am not my story, who am I? If I am not my pain, what is left?" This is the fire we spoke of. The spiritual journey asks you to sit in that fire, to witness the fear of annihilation without running, and to have the supreme courage to let it all burn. You must allow your certainties to crumble, your roles to dissolve, and your old name to lose its meaning. It's in this sacred undoing that you finally make space for your true self, the luminous eternal consciousness that was there all along, buried beneath the rubble of who you thought you had to be. And in the space between the death of the old and the birth of the new, there is the void, the sacred emptiness. This is often the most confusing and disorienting phase of a spiritual awakening. You may feel lost, adrift without a sense of purpose or direction. The things that used to bring you joy might feel hollow. Friendships that were based on your old identity may fall away. This is not a sign that you have done something wrong. It is a sign that the transformation is working. You are in the chrysalis. You are in the fertile darkness where the seeds of your new reality can finally germinate, free from the chokehold of past conditioning. Surrendering to this not knowing is a crucial part of the quantum manifestation process. It is an energetic declaration to the universe that you are so committed to your new reality that you are willing to become nothing, so you can then become everything. In this tender and formless state, mirror work becomes your anchor. When you no longer know who you are, the mirror is not there to show you your old face, but to help you meet your new one. This isn't about affirmations that feel like lies. It's about a gentle, compassionate inquiry. It's looking into your own eyes and asking, who are we becoming? What does our soul want to express now? It's about greeting the stranger in the mirror with radical love and acceptance. You are using the mirror to nurture this newborn self, this emergent identity that is aligned with your new higher frequency. You are giving it permission to exist, to be seen, to be real. You are literally anchoring the energy of your true soul-level identity into the physical plane. One loving glance at a time, stabilizing your energy in a world that can feel chaotic and unfamiliar. You have walked through the crucible of fire. You have lovingly dismantled the identity that kept you small. You have sat in the profound, fertile emptiness of the void and refused to run. You are now a clean slate, a vessel of pure, untethered potential, vibrating at a frequency of truth and possibility. The old programming is gone. The old resistance has dissolved. So, what now? With this raw, powerful, and pristine energy at your command, how do you begin to consciously direct it? How do you take this newfound freedom and align your deepest soul intention with deliberate, inspired action? How do you become the master sculptor of your new life, shaping this quantum clay into the reality your heart has always known was possible? Spiritual manifestation, aligning intention and action in the quantum universe. You now stand in a place of profound power, in the fertile void of pure potential. The old self has been honored and released, your frequency has been raised, and your energetic slate has been wiped clean. This is the sacred ground upon which new worlds are built. This is where we move from the process of unbecoming into the art of becoming. This is spiritual manifestation. But let's be clear, this is not about a transactional relationship with the universe, where you make a wish list and wait for cosmic delivery. It is a deep, intimate dance of co-creation. It's the sacred marriage of your inner world and your outer world, the point where your soul's intention is finally met with your body's action. It's the understanding that you are not just a puppet of fate, but a sovereign creator, and the quantum universe is your canvas, waiting for your brushstroke. The secret to this powerful co-creation lies in an elegant three-part harmony: intention, emotion, and action. All three must be perfectly aligned, singing the exact same song. First, there is the intention, the clear, focused thought of what you wish to create, like a blueprint for a house. Second, there is the emotion, the magnetic energy that draws the materials to you. You must feel the joy, peace, or love of your intention as if it is already here. This is the frequency you practice cultivating. And third, there is the action, the physical steps you take in the world that anchor your energetic blueprint into tangible reality. You can have the most beautiful blueprint and all the right materials, but if you never pick up a hammer, the house will never be built. True quantum manifestation happens at the intersection of these three streams, where your mind, your heart, and your body are all in unified, unwavering agreement. Your intention must be pure. It cannot come from a place of egoic lack, of "I need this to prove I'm worthy," or "I need this to make them jealous." An intention born of the ego is tainted with the low frequency of fear and will only manifest more experiences that reflect that fear. A true, powerful intention comes from the quiet, clear voice of your soul. This is where your ongoing mirror work is so vital. The practice of looking yourself in the eye and connecting with your deeper self helps you distinguish the loud demands of the ego from the serene knowing of your soul. It purifies your why. It aligns your desires with your highest good, ensuring that what you are calling in is something that will genuinely expand your consciousness and contribute to your growth, rather than just temporarily satisfying a fleeting, surface-level want. A soul-aligned intention is a command that the universe cannot ignore. Once the intention is clear and the emotional frequency is high, the universe will begin to present you with pathways. This is where action comes in, but it's not the kind of action you might be used to. It is not about forceful hustle, grinding, or struggling. It is inspired action. It's the sudden urge to call an old friend, the intuitive pull to visit a specific place, the creative idea that downloads into your mind while you're in the shower. These are breadcrumbs from the universe, showing you the most effortless path to your manifestation. Your job is to trust these nudges and act on them without delay. This is an act of faith. It's you demonstrating to the quantum field that you are listening and that you are a willing participant in your own creation. The residue of past shadow work is crucial here. A healed self is free from the procrastination and self-sabotage that would ignore these sacred invitations. You become a clear channel for divine guidance to flow through you as action. When your intention, emotion, and action are all perfectly synchronized, you enter a powerful state of being that neuroscientists call coherence. It's when your brain, your thoughts and intentions, and your heart, your emotions and feelings, are beating in a harmonious rhythm. This coherence creates a powerful, organized electromagnetic field around your body. This field is what communicates your desire to the larger quantum field with laser-like precision. You are no longer sending out a fuzzy, contradictory signal. You are broadcasting a clear, powerful, and undeniable message. This is the state where manifestation ceases to be something you do and becomes something that happens as a natural consequence of who you are being. Synchronicities become your daily language. Effort is replaced by flow. You're no longer trying to make things happen. You're simply allowing them to be drawn to you through the magnetic power of your own aligned energy. This profound alignment of mind, heart, and body, this state of being a walking, talking embodiment of your desires, is not just a spiritual philosophy. It's a tangible, measurable process that is now being explored and validated by pioneering scientists and thinkers at the very intersection of neuroscience, biology, and spirituality. They are providing a stunningly clear, scientifically grounded picture of how our internal world of thoughts and feelings directs and reorganizes the energy and matter of our external world. The once esoteric ideas of ancient mystics and the visionary concepts of minds like Nikola Tesla are no longer on the fringe. They are pointing us towards a unified understanding of transformation, where science and spirit meet, to reveal the incredible power you hold to shape your reality. The science behind spiritual transformation, Joe Dispenza, Tesla, and quantum. Physics. The bridge between the mystical and the measurable is no longer a rickety rope crossing a deep canyon. It is a solid, gleaming structure being paved by modern science. The spiritual truths that mystics have whispered about for centuries are now being shouted from the laboratories of neuroscience, biology, and quantum physics. Visionaries like Nikola Tesla, who urged us to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, were not just poets, they were prophets of a new paradigm. And today, researchers like Dr. Joe Dispenza are providing the data, mapping out exactly how human consciousness is not a passive spectator of reality, but its most powerful architect. The science is now showing us in stunning detail that the power to heal your body, rewire your brain, and radically change your life is not a gift for a chosen few, but a technology of consciousness that is built into your very biology. Joe Dispenza's work offers a brilliant scientific framework for this transformation. He teaches a simple but profound equation. Your personality creates your personal reality. And what is your personality? It's a set of memorized behaviors, unconscious habits, conditioned emotional responses, and beliefs that are physically wired into the neural networks of your brain. Most people wake up every day and begin running the same subconscious programs, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, and performing the same actions. This repetitive cycle reinforces the same brain circuits, which in turn conditions the body to live in the past. This is the scientific definition of being stuck. Your biology becomes a record of your past, and so your future is destined to be a replica of it. To change your life, therefore, you cannot just want to change. You must be willing to fundamentally change who you are by rewiring the very hardware of your mind. This is the neuroscience of shadow work. When you engage in the deep introspective process of identifying your triggers, your limiting beliefs, and your conditioned emotional reactions, you are doing more than just journaling or talking. You are activating a process neuroscientists call pruning. You are bringing the unconscious programs of the shadow self into the light of conscious awareness. And with that awareness, you can make a new choice. Every time you catch yourself about to run the old program of anger or victimhood or unworthiness, and consciously decide, no, not this time, you begin to unwire that neural network. You are telling your brain and body that they are no longer the mind. This conscious intervention weakens the connections that have kept you tethered to your past. This is the literal, biological process of the death of the old self. You are courageously deconstructing the neurological identity that has defined you. But transformation is a two-step process. You must unwire the old and then fire and wire the new. This is where practices like visualization and mirror work become powerful tools for quantum manifestation backed by science. When you close your eyes and mentally rehearse the reality you want, or look in the mirror and feel the emotions of your future self, your brain does not know the difference between the imagined event and a real one. By repeatedly generating the thoughts and, more importantly, the elevated emotions of your future, gratitude, joy, empowerment, you begin to build and strengthen new neural pathways. You are literally installing new software into your brain. Furthermore, this process has a direct effect on your body through epigenetics. The elevated emotions send new chemical signals to your cells, which can activate new genes for health, for vitality, for creativity, proving that you are not at the mercy of your genetic inheritance. You are signaling your own DNA to rewrite your future. This brings us back to Tesla's vision and the quantum field. When you successfully create a state of brain and heart coherence, where your thoughts and feelings are aligned and broadcasting a clear, powerful signal, you generate a measurable, organized electromagnetic field around your body. Quantum. Physics tells us that the universe is fundamentally an immense invisible field of energy and information, a sea of infinite possibilities waiting to be collapsed into reality by an observer. Your personal energy field, your signature, is what interacts with this quantum field. A coherent signal impresses new information onto it. You are no longer broadcasting the static of your past. You are sending out the clear, high-definition signal of your chosen future. The universe, which operates on the laws of energetic resonance, has no choice but to begin assembling a reality that perfectly matches the new information you are giving it. So, the science is beautifully and powerfully clear. Your mind can change your brain through neuroplasticity. Your emotions can change your genetic expression through epigenetics, and your coherent energy can influence the quantum field of infinite potential. You are not biologically or genetically doomed to repeat your past. You are a master of your own inner technology. But all of this incredible power, this godlike ability to unwire a past self and wire a new future destiny, can only be accessed and activated in one specific place, at one specific time. It is not found in regretting the past or in anxiously planning the future, but in the potent, creative, and eternal fulcrum of the present moment. So, how do we learn to harness the immense power of the now to make these profound transformations real, tangible, and lasting? The power of now, how the present shapes your future. We have explored the science, the biology, and the spiritual mechanics of transformation. We understand that we can unwire our past and program a new future. But all of this incredible knowledge is useless without understanding the point of application, the creative center, where all power exists. That center is not in the ghostly archives of your memory, nor is it in the imaginary theater of your future. It is here, now, in this single, sacred, eternal moment. The past is nothing more than a neurological echo, a story you keep replaying. The future is nothing more than a mental projection, a fantasy. The only place you have ever been and the only place you will ever be is right here. The present moment is the portal through which the unmanifested world of quantum potential pours into your manifest reality. It is the only place where time touches eternity, and it is the only place where true creation is possible. Why is the now so potent? Because when you are fully present, you are most aligned with your true nature as pure, formless consciousness. In the space between your thoughts, in the stillness of a quiet mind, you disconnect from the egoic identity that is bound to time, the identity that is defined by past hurts and future fears. When you drop into the present, you stop broadcasting the chaotic static of regret and anxiety. Your energetic signal to the universe becomes clean, coherent, and powerful. You become a pure conduit for creation. This is the state where your intentions are not just wishes, they are commands. This is the optimal state for quantum manifestation, because you are no longer trying to manifest from a place of memory or lack, but from the fullness and infinite potential of the present moment itself. All your power is right here, And yet for most of us, being present feels like an impossible task. Our attention is constantly hijacked, dragged back into the past by the heavy anchors of our unhealed wounds, or flung forward into the future by the winds of anxiety. This is why all the shadow work you have done is so critical. Every trauma you've processed, every limiting belief you've brought to light, is an anchor you have cut. It is a chain to the past that you have dissolved, liberating a huge amount of your life force energy and returning it to the present moment where it belongs. Freedom is not a future destination. It is the degree to which you are able to inhabit the now. The shadows are what keep you a prisoner of time. Healing your shadows is what allows you to finally become a citizen of the present. This is also how you master the art of feeling your future. Being present does not mean you renounce your desires. It means you learn to embody them in the only moment that exists. When you perform your mirror work, you are not just fantasizing about a future you. You are pulling the emotional frequency of that future you directly into your present moment experience. You are closing your eyes and feeling the gratitude of your success now. You are looking in the mirror and feeling the love and radiance of your healed self now. You are collapsing time. You are giving your body a taste of the future in the present, teaching it what this new reality feels like. This is the most effective way to manifest, because you are not chasing a future outcome. You are being your future self today. You are making the frequency of your future your dominant frequency, right now. So how do we practice this? How do we train our chronically distracted minds to return home to the now? Your breath is your most faithful and constant anchor. It is always with you, and it is always happening in the present moment. The simple act of taking one conscious breath, feeling the air enter your body and feeling it leave, can instantly pull your scattered consciousness back into your center. You can practice by engaging your senses. Right now, notice 3 things you can see without judgment. Notice 2 things you can hear. Notice the feeling of the ground beneath your feet or the air on your skin. This is not a complicated technique. It is a simple, profound return. It is a pattern interrupt for the trance of thinking. This is the spiritual discipline, the sacred workout that builds the muscle of presence and allows you to reclaim your power from the phantom worlds of past and future. So you learn to live in this potent creative now. You use this space to embody the frequency of your future. Your inner world shifts, your energetic signal changes, and then a quantum shift occurs in your outer world. A new reality is born. But true, lasting transformation is not a single explosive event. It is a new way of living, a new state of being that must be nurtured and maintained. How do you stabilize this new, higher frequency amidst the demands and chaos of daily life? How do you ensure that this profound spiritual rebirth becomes your new, sustainable normal, and not just a fleeting peak experience that fades with time? The final, crucial key to this entire journey lies in the art of integration. Integration, how to live according to your new frequency and maintain the flow. You have had the breakthrough. The fire of transformation has swept through your life, and you have experienced a quantum shift, landing on the shore of a new reality. The feeling is exhilarating, expansive, and crystal clear. But the most crucial phase of your journey is not the dramatic peak experience. It is the quiet, dedicated path you walk the morning after. This is the path of integration. It is the sacred art of weaving your newfound consciousness into the fabric of your daily life. It's one thing to visit the mountaintop and glimpse the breathtaking view. It's another thing entirely to learn how to build a home and live there, breathing the thin, pure air of your new altitude. Integration is the bridge between a momentary spiritual high and an unshakable, permanent evolution of your soul. It's how you ensure that your rebirth is not just a memory, but your new living reality. Your entire biological and energetic system has a powerful memory. It is accustomed to your old vibrational set point, a state scientists call homeostasis. Even if your old reality was filled with struggle and pain, it was familiar. After a major frequency shift, your system, like a thermostat, will often try to pull you back to that familiar default temperature. The pull of old habits, old relationships, and old ways of thinking can be immense. Integration is the conscious and deliberate practice of resetting this energetic thermostat. It is the daily commitment to choosing the new frequency over and over, until this higher state of being becomes your new homeostasis. It's about practicing your new self with such consistency that it ceases to be a practice and simply becomes who you are. You are making the extraordinary your new, comfortable ordinary. This requires creating a new foundational structure for your life, one that supports and nurtures your new vibration. This is not a rigid, punishing discipline, but a sacred, loving routine, an act of devotion to the new you that you have worked so hard to become. This means establishing non-negotiable daily practices. Perhaps it's a non-negotiable 10 minutes of meditation each morning to center your energy before the world rushes in, a non-negotiable practice of writing down 3 things you are grateful for to instantly elevate your frequency, a non-negotiable commitment to spending time in nature to cleanse your field. This consistency creates a powerful energetic container, a fortress of high vibrational habits that protects your fragile new state of being from the gravitational pull of the collective unconscious and the muscle memory of your past. This is how you stabilize your new reality. Integration also demands a new level of mindful awareness, a gentler, more subtle form of ongoing shadow work. The great battles may be over, but old thought patterns and emotional reactions can still try to creep back in, like small weeds in a newly planted garden. The difference is, now you have the awareness to see them for what they are, ghosts, echoes. You might feel a flicker of the old anger, a whisper of the old insecurity. The practice of integration is to notice it without judgment, to smile at it like an old acquaintance, and to consciously choose not to board that train of thought. You see the old story playing on a distant screen, but you no longer buy a ticket. You remain as the calm, centered observer, consistently choosing the frequency of peace over the drama of the past. Furthermore, you cannot sustain a high frequency in a low-frequency environment. Integration demands that you become a conscious curator of your reality. This means taking an honest look at your surroundings. What media do you consume? What conversations do you participate in? Who do you give your precious energy to? You must have the courage to set firm, loving boundaries, to say no to things that drain you, in order to say yes to your own energetic sovereignty. In this phase, mirror work becomes your daily affirmation of this new identity. You look yourself in the eye, and you reinforce your new truth. This is who I am now. I am worthy of peace. My energy is sacred. This practice anchors your new reality and ensures the continuous, effortless flow of quantum manifestation, because your entire life, your home, your relationships, your choices, is now in alignment with your soul's truth. So you learn to integrate. You create the daily habits and the supportive environment that make your new, high frequency your natural state of being. You live and breathe your transformation, but you must understand that this is not the final chapter of your story. This is not a destination where you arrive and then set up camp forever. The path of the phoenix, the journey of spiritual awakening, is not a single isolated event. It is a continuous upward spiral of becoming. Each time you successfully integrate a new, higher level of consciousness, you are simply preparing the ground and building the strength for your next quantum leap. This journey of transformation is not a goal to be achieved, but an infinite, beautiful, and ever-unfolding path of continuous rebirth and spiritual growth. Continuous rebirth, the path of manifestation and spiritual growth. And so, we arrive, not at an end, but at a new beginning. We have journeyed through the symbolic flames, sat in the fertile void, and learned to rise again, stronger and more authentic. But the great secret of the phoenix is that its rebirth is not a singular event. It is its very state of being. The path of spiritual growth is not a straight line to a final destination, but a beautiful, ever-expanding spiral. You have now completed one full rotation, from the initial ache for change to the full integration of a new reality. Now you stand at the beginning of the next, higher loop of your own becoming. The purpose of this journey was never to arrive at a static, perfect version of yourself, but to fall in love with the eternal, graceful, and powerful dance of your own continuous evolution. This is the true nature of consciousness: to forever expand, to forever grow, to forever be reborn. On this path, you must redefine your idea of success. Spiritual mastery is not the absence of challenges or the permanent eradication of all your triggers. It is the grace and speed with which you return to your center when life throws you off balance. It is the unwavering trust that every difficulty, every moment of confusion, is simply the universe inviting you to your next sacred fire. Each challenge is an opportunity to let another layer of the conditioned self burn away, revealing an even more brilliant and resilient core of who you truly are. When you adopt this perspective, life ceases to be a series of problems to be solved and becomes a grand, thrilling adventure in co-creation. You welcome the flames because you know they are not here to destroy you, but to liberate you for your next, more expansive flight. As you continue on this spiral path, your relationship with these core practices will evolve. Shadow work will transform from a daunting excavation of deep-seated trauma into a graceful daily practice of energetic hygiene, like lovingly tending to a beautiful garden. You'll spot a weed of negative thought or old conditioning and, without judgment or drama, you will gently pull it out, grateful for the awareness to keep your inner world pristine. Mirror work will shift from a tool of becoming into a practice of joyful being. You'll no longer look in the mirror to convince yourself of a new reality, but to celebrate the magnificent being you have become and to have a curious, loving conversation with the next version of you that is already beginning to emerge from within. With this, quantum manifestation also transforms. It ceases to be an active doing and becomes a passive, natural unfolding. As you focus on simply maintaining your integrated, high-frequency state of being, a state of peace, joy, and presence, you find that you no longer need to micromanage your desires. You trust, you allow, you focus on tending to the vibration of your soul, and the universe in its infinite intelligence naturally and effortlessly orchestrates a reality that matches it. The synchronicities flow, the opportunities appear, and your life begins to assemble itself around you with a grace and ease you never thought possible. Manifestation becomes a beautiful, continuous byproduct of your own inner alignment. You are not just creating your life, you are allowing your highest life to be revealed through you. Embrace the beauty of your own humanity on this path. There will be days when you feel disconnected. There will be moments when you fall back into old patterns. There will be times when the ashes feel heavy and the fire feels distant. This is not failure. It is part of the dance. The journey of the phoenix is not about being a perfect, flawless, enlightened being. It is about your resilience. It is about the profound courage to always choose to rise again. It is about meeting your own imperfections with the same radical compassion you've learned to offer your deepest shadows. Every single sunrise is a new invitation from the universe to be reborn. Every breath is a chance to begin again. Let your journey be one of grace, not of perfection. So stand tall, you beautiful, ever-unfolding soul. You are the phoenix. You are the fire, the ash, and the flight. You are a process of continuous rebirth, an eternal dance of dying to the old and being born into the new, each time more luminous, more powerful, and more true to the magnificent essence of who you are. Do not fear the endings, for they are the gateways to your most glorious beginnings. Allow yourself to fully experience this constant, miraculous transformation and embrace the limitless, infinite potential of who you are always, in every sacred moment in the process of becoming. The dance never ends, and the beauty of your own becoming is endless. And so we arrive at the threshold. You have walked the path of the phoenix, seen the science behind the magic, and you now understand that the universe is not happening to you, but through you. You hold the map. You know that your focus is the observer, your emotion is the frequency, and your present moment is the only point of power. The knowledge is now yours, but a map is just a piece of paper until you decide to take the first step. This wisdom is dormant until you choose to embody it. The true quantum shift doesn't happen from watching a video. It happens in the quiet moments of choice that follow. It happens when you choose to do the difficult shadow work instead of repeating an old pattern. It happens when you look in the mirror and choose to love the person who is emerging, even if they still feel unfamiliar. It happens in the courage of your next decision. So this journey together ends with one simple yet life-altering question. It's not about what I've said, it's about what you will now do. The shell of your old identity has been cracked open. The The ashes of your past are now the fertile soil for your future. So, I ask you, and I invite you to declare it with power in the comments below to make it real for yourself. Who will you choose to be, starting with your very next breath? Remember, you are the artist, the scientist, and the masterpiece all at once. The power you were searching for has been patiently waiting within you all along. Go now and begin the beautiful, continuous, and magnificent work of your own becoming. The universe is waiting for your command. If this journey has resonated with your soul and you are ready to continue your expansion, subscribe to our channel and be sure to turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next step of our path together. Thank you for your courage.